So I've been crying today. Crying like real wet tears. And I know that, I'm an empath. So I expected it. But every time I work with this particular person, he shows me his wedding photos and the dance that they dance to. And I hear the music they dance to. And it's like today I saw the proposal and I literally felt like it was happening to me. And it was almost as if, it's like, oh, this is the big moment. I could feel myself. I couldn't even contain the tears. And it's like, the fuck? Like, yeah, really highly emotional. And it made me think too. Once I found out more information, he said they were born on the same day, same year, a couple hours apart, on the same coast. Now, I'm thinking, you look at that natal chart on both of them, they probably have almost, I want to, not exact placements, but it's like he met his match. It's like, and he did say that it felt like he was marrying himself in his partner, like in the female form. And it was like, wow, for him to be, they're coming up on 6 years of being together, a year and some change being married. No, it'll be a year the day before my birthday, which is my niece's birthday, my dearly departed niece. So it was like, wow, the synchronicities are like, they're compiling today. And I was watching a daily video from Tarot by Cecilia. Hi, this is Cecilia from Tarot by Cecilia. I love her, and my daughter loves her too. And she was talking about the Page of Cups and how the Page of Cups is not just a message. It can be a synchronicity, and I think sometimes we forget that those things can be indicated. Ouch, mosquito. Those things can be indicated when that card comes around. Small things that start to show us. It's like, pay attention in those moments. And it's like, okay, what I got from it was that, he was legitimately helping me plan a wedding that I have no plan for, no preparation for, not even a groom to put in that, spot. But it made me think, like, hey, what do I want? How do I want things to, it's, and not to say I'm gonna, plan a wedding and just stick somebody in the spot, but knowing that the things that I want, they're not too far-fetched and, not like a bridezilla type of thing, but it's a sentiment. And it makes me think, who out of the suitors I've met, or, when you see potential in a person, you're not to believe everybody is marriage material, or to project that everything is going to head in that direction. You really have to pay attention. Is this a blessing, or is this a lesson? Are they temporary, or is it, am I supposed to just learn something from this person while they're around? And it's really, I don't know, it makes me want to take stock, like inventory. Like, what do I have? What do I want? Today is the first of the month, and Bone Thugs and Harmony comes to mind. But it's like, wow, half of the year is done. I remember bringing in New Year's at work with these co-workers. The love-hate relationship, hate to love them, love to hate them. And I use hate loosely. I don't hate anybody. But I remember taking my layoff and putting it on someone. And that person's still around. That person is, still important. And it's like, okay, so, what has the first half of the year taught me, brought me? What is my personal progress? I couldn't even begin to give it to you in a video. It's a lot. Personal, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Attitude, health, wealth, just love of self. It's been a very life-changing first 6 months of a year. And it's even to compare it to the year prior, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to imagine all that I've been through. But it's like, this reminds me of the reading I did the other day, where the Fool, King of Swords, and the Hermit, in between starting something new and wisdom, like complete enlightenment, there was the in-between. And it's like assessing, since I started this journey, where am I at and where am I going? It's like that Hermit is taking stock. And a lot of times when we introspect, we think back and not just think forward. We think back and look for signs and signals and tells that let us know, because we already know the answer, but it's just a matter of decluttering to get to it. So since that Fool's journey, having to really deliberate with the self, with that King of Swords energy, moving into that Hermit, wisdom, it's like something clicks in the in-between starting something and realizing why it needed to be done. And wow, I'm still tripping over yesterday's reading with that surprise. It's like, oh gosh, what could it be? Yeah, I don't know. And I feel like today was all about the surprise element and the emotion that comes from, because I hate surprises. I always thought I hated surprises. So to see that video and see him in Walmart spelling out, will you marry me, with the little wooden block letters. As soon as she got to the end, like the Soul Train, she's unscrambling the words. And I felt it. It was jarring in a good way. And it just rocked me like it was happening to me. When he put the ring on her finger, he put it on the wrong finger first. But, it was a blooper. It was heartfelt, and it was captivating. Like, I feel that what I see in my mind as far as my own wedding day, I've seen it for years. And knowing my gifts, this is something not just that I've made up like a fantasy, because it's the same. It's the same. It's, for me to like have seen this when I was a kid, and knowing what I would wear in my reception, knowing, how I would look, it just, it lets me know that this is something I've foreseen. My daughter told me something weird. She said she had a dream I was getting married and somebody objected. So I don't know. That leaves me, that lets my mind wander, because my daughter sees a lot too. She has her own gifts that she's developing, and luckily I'm the type of mother with a skill set to try to nurture her into growing into hers, versus her waiting until she's grown to realize that she's got them, and to trust them and not to be afraid. Like, a lot of people repress their gifts and their abilities, and I feel too that that's problematic, in the sense that the people who are in tune and are in touch, when they go out in the dating sphere and when they're looking for partners, or connecting with someone, when another person is not spiritually developed or doesn't trust what they've been given, or that they've been given anything, and they feel that they're just without, and what they call normal, they call us extraordinary or gifted, or everybody has a gift, and if they don't tap into it, or they don't know what it is, there could be a disconnect in trying to spiritually connect with someone who hasn't even spiritually connected with themselves. So that makes it difficult to date someone who hasn't embraced themselves spiritually. I had a man call me a witch, and every time, at first it was like, okay, that's not okay, that's just a word. I know what it means. I Googled it. I'm trying to look up the history of it just so I can, okay, is he insulting me, or is he just making a generalization? Okay. But the more we spoke, it was, oh, you're putting a spell on me. You're trying to control my thoughts. You read my mind. Oh, you read tarot. Now he's like using my gifts against me, so to speak. And it was really like a turnoff. Like, you don't even understand what I'm doing, what I'm capable of. I've never used my gifts in a negative sense. I have that sense of balance, that right and wrong, morally, my heart and my spirit wouldn't allow me to do things to harm others in that way. And I'm a firm believer in getting what you deserve, and receiving what you've given. And so, yeah, I kind of got off subject with that, but it's like, okay, I don't want to make a comment, and I don't want anybody to shoot the messenger. These Hotep brothers, I'm just gonna say it for the saying's sake, for those men who think they're enlightened and they know the history of Egypt and where we come from, talking about the African race and all of that, and they're all on this tip of a woman's a queen, but they use it to degrade a woman. I mean, you can go kick rocks if you're believing that you're superior, so you can act an ass and act out in front of people and try to assert your assumed royalty. Back the fuck up, okay? It's not welcome over here. It's not, because my soul is not a color. My aura is, and my skin may be, but my spirit and my soul. Listen now, when you start to down people for being a different race, different, whatever the difference is, if you cannot find something positive to say about somebody, just don't say it. Just don't say it. And even the women, if you feel that, a woman's a queen and this and that, but then you use that spiel to get in her drawers, and you're just dog with a spiritual cloak thrown over your dogness, your dog shit. So, I mean, but that's neither here nor there. I just had to throw that in there, okay? Um, yeah. So today I cried as if I experienced an engagement, as if I had my first dance. Um, and it made that vision more real to me, that it's coming. And for today, y'all know my hair is in a ponytail. It's been a while since I curled my hair, flat ironed my hair, did anything. I put some tres flores in this and flat ironed it. And I was like, but then it started to rain today. And it's like, okay, whatever, it's raining. But to do my hair and prepare, it's a regular day. It's a slow day, not much going on. It's the weekend. And I felt like I was getting ready for something big. So it was just the feeling of, I need to be ready, or, let me try something, not try something different, but let me put a little more effort in today, because today is different than it was yesterday. And I don't know if it's because it's the first, I don't know because the full moon's coming up, I don't know if it was in relation to yesterday's reading with the surprise, but it was just something. It wasn't, in preparation for anything specific. It was just, I think I'll do this today. Oh, okay, I think I'll do that today. And it, I don't know. But yeah, I felt like, yeah, I'm starting to see my vision a little more clearly. Like, I'm starting to see details of it. And just looking, being able to talk through it as if it's happening, lets me know I'm on the right track. This is not something that is just fanciful, and when I grow up I want to get married like this. It was never, for a long time I couldn't see myself being married, and I was dead set against it, because I understood at a young age that people didn't respect what marriage is. And it was something I didn't see myself committing to, for the simple fact that I know how deeply I love and how strongly I feel, and I'm the type of person that will weather the storm and ride that motherfucker to the next, place. So yeah, it just but yeah, like, when I saw that rainbow yesterday, well, first I heard Lisa Left Eye Lopez in my mind, that rain falls, waterfalls. Oh my God. Yeah, I seen a rainbow yesterday, and I was like, am I turning into that girl? Am I really turning into that unicorns and rainbows and picking flowers, dandelions and shit? I was always the tomboy. I was always the hard one. I was always the rough, tough, don't mess with her person. But I am soft, and I am graceful, and I am poised, and I am all of that. And I think doing my hair today, I can be graceful in anything, but it is my poetry. I'm starting to write again, and I stepped away from it for a while, and I feel like it's something else I'm returning back to. The femininity comes out, and it's blurted out on paper. And my coworker said, what are you trying to be, the next Zayn? Look, Zayn and I share a birthday, so I think it's something spectacular. And Jada Pinkett Smith. So I'm just saying that artistic people and very brilliant people are born on my day. Not to be boastful, but the proof is in the pudding. So I'm just, just saying that if I'm going to be great, I'm going to be great. If I'm going to, whatever I do, I put my best foot forward. And if you don't get anything from me, it's probably because it would be half-assed. So I'm trying to, I don't know, I've been rambling for a while. It's been 20 minutes. I wanted to do a reading today, later on. Don't know if my hair will be like this or if I'll be rained on and look like who did it and why. So you guys stay tuned, but just keep in mind the assessment of where you've been just this year alone, where you've been, how far you've gone, and what's coming up for the next 6 months. Like, what can you really expect from yourself in the next 6 months? Like, what are those short-term goals that you want to knock the fuck out? I do feel my engagement's coming close. And that's a weird feeling because I'm not even exclusive with anybody. I'm not even, I'm so career focused right now and working on my own transitions that I couldn't even fathom by September, October, December that I'll be partnered with someone. That's kind of it's kind of surprising, but I feel it's coming. And it's like carrying myself as a married woman, and people just assume, they just know with my demeanor, they just know I'm coupled, they just know I'm married, they just know I'm loyal, they just know these things about me, to come to find out that I'm a single person. So it's like, okay, well, I just knew you were married, or I just knew that you just have that wife persona. It's like, okay, well, damn. Maybe because he's on his way. And if I carry myself as a wife, I will attract a husband, somebody who's got their shit together, who is, ready for that, truly ready for that type of commitment. And, not people who just assume that that's something you have to do and, get it done. If it doesn't work, okay, whatever. It's, something that they're really carefully considering. I'm attracting that person. It's like I can feel his ass getting closer to me. Like, he's about an earshot away now. So, a couple miles down the road. But he's coming in my direction. So, just wanted to share that for the moment. And, I couldn't record. My eyes were still red because I was like legitimately crying. Not boo-hoo, not snot running down my face, but it felt like I got engaged today. If that sounds weird, you're probably going to hear some more weird shit from me. So y'all take care, and I'll see you guys later for the reading.